Hey everyone, Exile Prime here, back with a new video, and today it's going to be a double review on DC Multiverse, Mcfarlane Toys, Justice League, Endless Winter, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman. And if you're new to my channel, please remember to subscribe and stay updated by clicking on the notification bell for new content. Getting right into it, we're going to take a look at Aquaman, and he looks fantastic in the box. He has that nice Atlantean armor, looks great. He has this trident, looks good. There's Aquaman there. Justice League Endless Winter, looks great. On the back of the box, we have some nice artwork there. Sharks right there, that's pretty cool. Down below, we have some different DC Multiverse figures. Looks good. And here is the UPC. Now this Aquaman does not come with one of the pieces for the Frost King. So this is an optional figure. I'm definitely went all in on this. This looks fantastic. This was just an extra figure for the line, but it's not necessary for, like I said, Frost King. So here's Wonder Woman. Comes with the torso for Frost King. Amazonian sword. Nice Amazonian like garb winter gear, looks pretty cool. And obviously this also indicates he doesn't have that, so we'll just keep it like that. So this is figure 1 of 4. I've already reviewed Green Lantern, John Stewart, and also the winter gear Batman. So they are fantastic figures. They're already up on my channel in the playlist, so take a look at those. Very cool. And Wonder Woman here on the side of the box, looks great. Artwork for Frost King, and obviously it indicates which piece to help you build your figure. Very cool. And down below here is the artwork for Batman, Green Lantern, and eventually we're going to take a look at Black Adam. So, and down below here is the UPC. Very cool. So, with that being said, let's get Wonder Woman and Aquaman out of the box and see how awesome they really are. First impressions out of the box, Aquaman stands out very well. He looks very comic book accurate. You can definitely add him to your DC shelf, and it doesn't absolutely have to be the Endless Winter shelf. You can put him somewhere else and he will definitely fit in no problem. And besides that, I don't see a reason why someone would not like this figure. I mean, minus the fish jokes, but yeah, Aquaman there, swimming with the great white sharks with his trident, looks pretty cool. And also, that is not Thor. Just saying. Anyway, so this is Wonder Woman. She looks pretty cool in her Endless Winter garment. This is not your traditional Wonder Woman, but this does come with the Build-A-Figure piece, which is this whole piece to build the Frost King. So we'll take a closer look at this at another time. But the card I wanted to point out here is a little different. You can see the head garment is different. So you got the side pieces here and the wings like kind of going up. That's not even present. Obviously the sword is still there in the sheath. The hair is pretty much the same thing. It looks like she gets a shield. Well, in this version that you get, you don't. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. If they were originally going to give her a shield, or there's going to be another release of this figure more looking like this. Hey, that's cool too. I'm trying to think. Oh, and also make sure she can stand up, because she seems to have a problem standing up. So we're just going to set her down for a second. But down here, this is what I'm pointing out. She's holding another like weapon here. I don't know if that's the Frost King's sword, but if I'm looking close enough to it, we can bring that in here for a second. I don't think that is, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Who knows? But it's something. So I don't know if they're going to do a re-release of this figure, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about this one in a little bit. So, but the other thing is with these cards, I really like these. I think they're very cool. And on the back, you get the data file. And if you want to go ahead and read these, I would pause now. Okay, So, very cool. Nice to add these to the collection. Moving on to the accessories. Well, Wonder Woman just has her sword, so just hold her back here. She's probably going to fall over again. I'm very disappointed with her a little bit with that, but you know, once you get her to stand and you get her in a pose, she's just totally fine. But overall, the sword is pretty cool. A little rubbery, but not too rubbery where it's just real limp like that, where is it? This Wonder Woman, because if you use this sword, this sucks. This really sucks. So they definitely improved on this sword. So, thank God they did. So overall, there's a little bit of detail at the hilt. Looks pretty cool. So there's that. Next up, we got Aquaman's trident. And yeah, there is a little bit of detail. We're going to start down here in this end. Looks pretty cool. A little bit. Nothing crazy. Nothing spectacular. But there's at least something there. And there's a little bit, like, that's where he's supposed to place his hand. That's fine. And then when you get down here, near the end, the sharp point of the weapon, a little bit of detail there. But overall, it's pretty accurate. A little sharp. Nothing too crazy. But you definitely don't want to... You definitely poke an eye out with this thing if you really aren't careful with it. And it's pretty solid. I'm not going to try to really bend this, but I'm kind of... You can tell that they did a pretty good job with this. So it's not like a limp trident. Do articulation. Obviously, the head is going to be on a ball joint. Let's take a look here so she can look down. She can look up. These things, do they get in the way? Not really. She can do a full 360. I don't know why you need to know to do that, but if you do that, it's going to catch these things right here, and then it's going to bend them and all that, and try to avoid that. I don't understand why we even need to do a full 360. I mean, if she can turn her head that far, I think that's pretty darn impressive. We'll do the shoulder right here. We got the butterfly joint. Really, oh. Okay, I thought I popped something out there, but no, I did not. That's a good thing, because that would be pretty upsetting. So, get full rotation, get a bicep swivel, get double jointed elbows. Pretty cool. Let's just move that back. One thing I really noticed with Wonder Woman, besides the standing, and this is, I don't know if it's just mine, if my figure is defective or something, but I'm not really, I'm just going to go, when I'm done, I'm going to go put this on my shelf with the rest of the Endless Winter Wave. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't have to really worry about this, but when I got to move her arm up. Okay, so there's like a torso thing in here, right? Like it's connected. But when you go to turn that, it's like, it's weird. Like it's basically her chest is like holding herself together. I don't know how to explain it. It's real weird. Like, you get an ab crunch, but it's like you're pulling on the back of the figure. I don't know. I noticed that when I opened it and I was just moving it around a little bit. Oh God, the more I move it, I think it's going to break. Okay, so we're not going to touch that anymore, which is totally fine because, yeah. So she don't have a waist, swivel because for some reason it's up here. I don't know. It's so bizarre. Now let me look at this one. I don't know. I don't remember if she has one either. So let me just lay her down for a second. Yeah, she does. Oh no, well it's up here, more like the mid-torso section. But she can at least do that. But over here, it's like, it's up here. I don't know who made that design choice, but that was a bad idea. So unless mine's just really defective, and maybe it's not. I don't know. So I'm just going to move on from that. Foot is all the way down, kicking forward. Not so bad. Excuse me. Split is... I don't know. It's just... Yeah, not much going on there. So, underneath, if you need to know about that, double jointed knees. Let's see. They just... All this stuff gets in the way. It's It's like they tried to make this like the perfected like figure or something with all this stuff on it, and I get they're going. They had to copy her from the comics as close as they could. Still trying to figure out if the card was right or this is right. I don't know. I never read the comic, but I like the figures and I think they are awesome. But obviously, you still get the toe articulation, you get the ankle ball joint, and then you get the swivel there. So I'm not going. There's no thigh swivel. No. So yeah, I don't know about this. Anybody knows anything about this? Please leave a comment about that because I could use some help with that. I'm just hoping that mine's just not, because I'm not going to go out and buy another one. No one in these days can actually afford to do that. So let's move on to Aquaman. Let's check out this guy because I didn't notice as many, actually any issues really. So, oh, sorry, Aquaman face sculpt. I do like it. Now, do I like it more than the card? Let's bring that up here one more time. I don't know. I think I like this more, but if you're going into combat, you'd want this. So actually, now that I notice it, there's that red shoulder piece there that I just didn't realize that's not here. And this cape is, it just hinders the articulation on this side. So, I don't know. And there's still the wrist articulation, the wrist and all that kind of stuff. That's all there. But yeah, I think I'd go with that look. I don't know what. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna move on from it. Gonna set her to the side so I don't come back to it. So Aquaman head sculpt looks good. Does look like Chris Hemsworth a little bit, but I can't help that. I'm not the one that designed Aquaman in the comics, and Marvel, or I don't know. We're just gonna leave that alone. I think Jason Momoa does a pretty good job. He doesn't look like Aquaman, but I think his movies are pretty cool. But I don't own one of those figures. I just think they look awful. Probably going to get some hate in the comments for that, maybe. But I like the movies. I just can't stand the look of the figures. He just doesn't look right. But overall, head sculpt, full 360. That's normal looking up. He can kind of look down. It's weird. It's the hair in the way, I guess. I'm not going to be pulling back up on this and tilting it. Head's on a ball joint. And it can rock. So you're getting some good movement out of that. It does have the eyes looking to the one direction, but Todd McFarlane has already spoken out about it and said that he's going to stop doing that. So thank God. I do have the torso right here. Gets a little bit of movement. He's a little stiff there. I'm not going to force anything right now. Then he does have the waist and everything with the diaper. But he does get that cool Aquaman like belt. Looks pretty cool. Flip it over. Goes all the way around. Let's see. So you can kick this far up. Got double jointed knees. Does have those fin things on the back of his calves. It's pretty cool. Ankle. There we go. And then it rocks. So there's all that. Wrist articulation. He comes with 2 open hands, so he can hold the trident with both hands. I would have preferred one closed fist hand and one open for the trident, but that's just my opinion. But all the articulation is here for this figure. Now, my only other gripe about this, and it's what I notice. Okay. Does anybody notice? Now, I'm used to Jason Momoa being on the move, live action movie, and he's a really big dude. Now, and I watched Justice League Unlimited and, season 1, season 2, a regular Justice League animated. Aquaman was always drawn as a bigger guy because he's the king of Atlantis. But this figure, I have the other figure, and I'm going to show. It just looks like his arms are just too small. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me or it's just the design because of his armor. That scale look is just throwing me off. But if you look at Jon Stewart's arms, I know he was a Marine and everything, so he's going to be well built. But Aquaman looks like he's lacking in the bicep and tricep area and the shoulders as well. Like, it just looks like Jon Stewart's shoulders are like twice the size. I wouldn't say twice the size, but they're definitely bigger. Now, if you put them next to each other, now hang on, let's got to get this guy corrected a little bit. They are about the same size. So Aquaman is enhanced because he's half Atlantean, but he looks tiny. My final thoughts on Justice League Endless Winter, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman for the Frost King Build-A-Figure. Overall, I think the figures are both very awesome in their own pros and cons. Aquaman looks very comic book accurate, just in general. His accessory is the trident, which is very cool. He has the size of his arms and his shoulders just look too small, in my opinion. But like I said, leave a comment, let me know if that is accurate or not. Wonder Woman, on the other hand, well, it's a very cool figure, great idea, but it deviates from the artwork that we got. So I don't know what changed during the development process and everything like that. The figure feels like it's not finished, like there's paint missing or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The other thing is it has trouble standing up sometimes, but once you get into that nice action pose, you don't have to worry about it. The other thing is with the back part, the connection and everything like that for like the turning and everything for the articulation. I don't know if it's just my figure that's having a serious issue. So let me know about that as well. I'm very curious. But I think I'm just going to wrap up this review as these are still pretty darn cool figures. I just think that Aquaman stands out of the two. I think Wonder Woman is definitely not on my top 10 for this year so far, or even top 5. None of that. Not even top 15 or 20. And I still got a lot of other figures to open. I just don't think she's even going to make that kind of cut. So, but is it cool that she still comes with the Frost King piece? Absolutely. So at least there's that. So with that being said, that's going to be it for this review. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these figures. And I'll be bringing more DC Multiverse content very soon. Take care.